played out here. You know what? It's enough about guessing what's going to happen. Let's actually see what's going to happen. We're into the pistol round here in the grand finals of Game Changers, and it's off to a flying start for TENSTAR, who've come through with 2 opening kills.
Yeah, that's great. And I was actually concerned about the fact that they do not have a Sova to play on this Ascent. It, to me, is like compulsory almost. But with that early aggression and just getting 2 picks, this pistol round should be easy for them.
Well, let's see if it is. They've completely overrun the A side. A plant is going to be found, and they've even got a little bit of a lurk playing out. Look at Sliicyy just tucked in the corner. She is going to be cleared, though. Noia checking the corner as she comes around and bringing at least the man advantage just down to 1 for TENSTAR.
Yeah, the timer's going down, though, with the spike planted. Also looking at Nelo with the flank coming in. They need to step up this.
Yeah, the pace is going to be important here with so many angles to clear out. So many players just hiding away. The late flank coming in out of Nelo, and the kills go TENSTAR's way right from the start. Kla, a player that we highlighted coming into this, and she is already off to a flying start.
And watch out, because Kla, we were hearing it on the desk, and obviously we saw it yesterday, had a great day. And if she's feeling herself, just especially starting off like this could be an easy map for them, which I would be extremely surprised, because it's not only about the not having the Sova, it's also the fact that they have not played on official. It's also the fact that they're playing without a Jet, when Padge was actually playing amazingly as well yesterday. Still, it's just a pistol round, but it's something that we have to give to them, obviously.
Yeah, I have to say, you know, between these 2 teams, I can see it as a little bit of a toss-up, but the reality is, when I think about the rounds that Ricks were winning yesterday, a lot of them, especially on this map, was down to Jupi. Jupi actually finding those clutches. What it was like, the first 2 buy rounds that they had, she ended up 1v3ing. So if you take that out, their scorelines didn't quite look as clean as you would have hoped, whereas TENSTAR have had a lot of success, and it looks to be repeatable.
It looks like it's going to be full for the retake. I don't know if they're gonna manage to pull some kills. The classic, even though it's short range, sometimes it's just enough. I love the classic. Even though this was an extremely fast round, I was actually concerned, because I was thinking, okay, TENSTAR has not played this map, yada yada, but they also decided to start on the attack. Obviously, besides, you know, the fact that they haven't dropped a map just yet, and what we saw yesterday on Split and how aggressive they can be, obviously it's not a surprise that they decide to start attacking on most map, but even on Ascent, it's a lot of confidence, and obviously they want to score as much as possible early in the map. So I'm surprised, but glad at the same time.
Yeah, I think this is something that we've seen quite a bit from teams who like to set the pace themselves. Yeah. And the fact that they don't know this map necessarily as well as Ricks might, I like the idea of just playing the attack, because on the defense you can be caught off guard, right? But when you're on the attack, you're in control, so you get to set the pace of the rounds, and so far that's worked out beautifully for them with that early mid rush we had in the pistol, with the B hit just there. And now we come into the bonus round. They have Spectres to play with, and they're up against full rifles. This is where they should be shut down by the defenders of Ricks, and so far everything's going to plan.
Yeah, no, the timing was not the best from LiriLia. Probably covering up that entrance would have been easier for them to take on the side. Spike is not going to go down, though.
Oh, Sliicyy is absolutely ludicrous, and we saw this from her yesterday with some of these hyper-aggressive plays. Now, in a round like this, where you're playing with a Spectre, flashing in through Garden, jumping through a smoke to try and get them, I absolutely love it. If you just sit on the site and wait for them to push you with a 2-player disadvantage, you're going to get wrecked. And so you've got to try to open up some space. It didn't work this time, but I keep an eye on Sliicyy for the rest of this map, because I guess there's going to be a couple more ludicrous plays.
Yeah, I really like the initiative. Again, I think that the problem was timing a little bit. LiriLia, as we mentioned, no experience on this map on official, and there's a lot of things to do if it's just use the control and you have to play with all the stars. But it was a good initiative. Maybe the fact that any other player could have gone with the Sliicyy onto tree would have made things easier, but it was a round that we should have gone to Ricks right at the start.
Well, this one is starting out very well for Ricks. They've already taken down Kla. And the importance of that isn't just that, oh, look, she's been getting a lot of kills and yada yada. She was very close to getting her ultimate online. She needed a kill and an ult orb pretty much. And so far, Kla has been putting up the numbers. So you don't want to gamble on her not getting a kill. Taking her out in a round like this, where it's a full buy for TENSTAR, is so important. The trades back in middle keep things in their favor. But Sliicyy, just running up through short, has managed to open up that whole side of the map. They get the kill on A because Noia is forced to push. And now they've got an easy plant.
I love Sliicyy. It's not only the fact that she's so versatile with so many agents, but she's so proactive. They find the trace, they find the downs on their team, and they're like, okay, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna pop my ult and just follow it, and she's not scared to do it, and it makes it work. The spike has gone down, and now on a 3v2, she's just clearing it up. She knows exactly what to do.
As I said, keep an eye on Sliicyy throughout this map because she is someone that can really just go crazy, making hyper-aggressive plays. And sure, sometimes they don't work out, but that's the nature of it, right? Majority, she's at least opening up the space for a team like we saw here.
They may not have a jet, but they have a duelist on
even after the patch. That's the strange thing, right? Because obviously Skye now not quite as easy to play when it comes down to like being a duelist. In fact, what, a month ago, I would easily have just said she is a duelist. We saw teams play her and Breach because, again, you're not always going to have her there to support you. Sometimes she opens up her own space. And now we're in a stage where it's not quite as viable to do that, yet Sliicyy isn't giving up.
Yeah, and now Ninou has also her res, and as you mentioned, Cla is only one away to get in that showstopper. Probably she's gonna go get the orb on B lobby and just work from there as you see the push coming from Rix on this round. They only have sheriffs on this occasion. And who took it? Oh, it was Sliicyy who took the orb? Well, okay.
I think it was, yeah. Interesting when they've got the showstopper, not wanting to use it maybe?
Maybe,
this time around, we'll see how that one transpires. There's a very early flank going on, and 2 quick kills for Noia. Someone explain. I mean, I'm going to need a 0.1 speed replay of that. Nasty stuff with the pistols in hand. Rix are now in a 5 versus 2 for just a second. Nelo steps it up, though. That's a lifeline for the team. The spike able to escape to the A site. And then Class left behind, trying to catch them as they rotate over. This is really smart, but the Seekers kind of destroy that plan.
I mean, Cla, even if she gets one single kill, she can pop the showstopper. The spike is going to be planted on A, though. So she can stop everything here. Yep. She's got the means. Yes.
There we go. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly as you predicted. Showstopper comes out immediately, shuts down Noia, and okay, Raina's got a 1v1. Considering Rick's
I think it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very happy. And actually, there's a Cosmic Divide online. The problem is, and it's going to be used, the problem is that lockdown is... There you go. It's available.
Yeah, so she's not going to have time to do a full defuse. Now Nelo doesn't even need to pick. I don't know if the timing is going to be enough for Raina here to do anything.
It's kind of interesting the way she's played this out. She's dealing with all the utility, getting the nanoswarms to go, and now she's just keeping the player close, so at least Nelo should die to the spike.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect for a sheriff round.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that they pushed, it's not only that they push, is that they find nothing and they do not stop. They're not like, okay, let's go back and play from CT. No, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to gain all this ground and we're just going to maximize our opportunities. And the fact that TENSTAR was just waiting on B lobby, being like, okay, how do we react to this? And the fact that Sliicyy also was the one taking the orb, that is something that they were doing on bind on every single round. They were prioritizing one of them. If it was in showers or in B long, she was going to be the one taking it. And obviously, what we saw 2 rounds ago, we understand why. Still was a surprise. Still is another one that goes for TENSTAR.
4-1 now. Obviously a little bit of a dent to the economy on what it could have been. And in fact, they could have lost that round. Nelo was on site with the spike and happened to win a duel. If she lost that, round was over. It came very close. Ricks are going to be in high spirits, and especially after finding the opening pick, things look even better. Look at this aggression out of Sliicyy. But the utility is there on Rix's side to slow her down. The nano swarms, the gravitational wells, but now they need to win the fights, and they are not going their way.
I was very surprised, because all that early information, especially onto mid, you gain again with the Sova. But when you have Sliicyy on your team, it makes it way easier. Also, LiriLia finding the first kill through B lobby opens a lot of window of yeah. And this is what I was expecting right now. You don't have the wall anymore. Oh,
interesting.
That was close. It wouldn't be the first one. Sonya had a double kill with the shock dart yesterday. Remember?
There were lots of double kills.
Yeah, but it was on this map on A.
It was wild. The one over towards the stairs. I think that using the Cosmic Divide here is the perfect usage of it. You're just
30 seconds left.
Also the angle LiriLia had, we just caught a glimpse of. That's clearly a reversed wall. She had a beautiful angle around the side that probably wouldn't be cleared as they walked on through. Luckily, Rix didn't move, and now they're sort of stalemated out of the site for a little bit. Are they saving?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't know where Sliicyy was. She's extremely low on HP, but Sonya probably can find the kill here. Yeah, she heard it. Yeah,
the gut market.
if she knows that if she goes for the kill, they do not have time to execute the rest of the retake. Oh,
yeah, the time is very low. Raina needs to find this quickly, or they're going to be completely out. And there's the fight to LiriLia. Clad, the last alive, looking to clutch out the round. They've cleared the back side. Here comes Clad, though. The defuse already halfway or close to. Clad coming around the side and getting it all done. 5 rounds for TENSTAR. Clad's just unstoppable today.
She was unstoppable yesterday, and she's on the same page today. So, okay. Props to her. Another really, really close round. I was scared about the timing, you know, because of Sliicyyy's positioning. And this duo, again, is just too good. And the fact that LiriLia, as you were mentioning, had that position, got the first kill, and also used the Cosmic Divide to make things easier and be like, okay, if we cannot regain the information, we're just gonna cut them up in half and just play it for ourselves.
That was absolutely nasty. Yeah. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna take a breath after that one. Claw's really...
I'm gonna drink a little bit of water.
Oh yeah, cool down. Honestly, Claw's one of my favorite Raze players to watch, just period. I mean, she is so damn good and confident as well. Look at those fights she's taking, the blast pack on the site. It feels like she really just starves you of any space to play your own game, and I absolutely love seeing players like that.
Yeah. Also, now that the timeout has come from Riggs, I want to know what there's... I was telling you yesterday, and this is very important for me. What is the response from TENSTAR to this timeout? Like, what is this something planned that they're going to do in the pistol? Because they did manage to do a lot of damage on the previous eco. So I would be scared. I don't know if we're going to see some strict response. Still, I'm still waiting for Ninou to just, you know, use her ult in a sense that we do some microaggression at the beginning, and it could be with Clyde, it could be with literally just a flash from Sliicyy, and just take advantage of it.
The more I see it, the more I like the idea of calling the pause when you have the pistols, because even so, obviously they're grouped up, they're pushing. This strat didn't take a long time to formulate, you know, let's all push A and hold down B with utility. It's whatever. But what I really like about it is that it gives you an extra moment to sort of have that conversation of, okay, let's find out what they're doing. Let's find out how they're holding this part of the map and use this round to gather even more information to inform your buy round in the next.
I mean, I don't know if they got a lot of information from that one, because what I got was TENSTAR reading into, okay, what did they do on the previous eco? And that is exactly, they just repeated what they did. We're gonna do that triple push from A, and they were just waiting for them. Let's be passive. Let's not take the initiative, because they're probably going to be pushing. Now, what is going to happen here? Padge with the operator has to be the difference maker on this round, I feel. She didn't find lag on the previous one. It was LiriLia tanking her down, but especially on Ascent, you know, maps like this one or Icebox, even Breeze, Jett has to be one of the difference makers.
Yeah, and we've seen Padge in sort of 2 states. It was, I mean, literally a hit or miss. Sometimes she is just destroying people, and others it's more like warning shots going out. But today, no doubt coming in warmed up. Let's see how that operator fares. It won't get a challenge right away, though. The entirety of TENSTAR is grouped up outside of A, and they've actually got the site more or less for free.
And Riggs keeps pushing. They're going to regroup onto A, and it's actually going to be Padge doing a little bit of what Ness was doing yesterday on Breeze, and just keep pushing with that Jett on the flank.
Riggs keep on getting these spam kills through. That's the second time we've seen both Noia and Raina catch the players crossing through the smoke. We need to see an answer over on the TENSTAR side, because that is ridiculous. When the rifles are out, they have a completely open sight, and they lose 2 players every time. It's
not only that, the fact that Padge has stopped and being like, okay, I'm just going to play from short. I'm not going to take any risks, because you already have that superiority. It should be easier for us to stop this or to prevent the plan even if needed. So there's no reason for her to keep pushing, because they could probably just walk back.
Noia walking out there to clear the site makes sense. It's been so long since they saw anybody, and no attempted spike plans. And now they've lost not only a player, but their flashes. And that could be huge. Luckily, the lockdown's in order. Yupi. Yupi. This is absolutely disgusting. And there's even a gravitational well there as well. That's so good, Yupi. Oh, I love it so much.
She's amazing. She's amazing. We were mentioning it yesterday. Now that the fuse is just a matter of time. I mean, yeah. This was just too hard to prevent from happening. And that was another thing that I was going to tell you. They do have Jupi, who's been an insane clutcher. She was just built different yesterday. And she has the lockdown to play around, and they do not have, again, the Sova to do anything against it, even if it's not an ultimate, maybe a little bit of shock darts, depending on how much you've been watching Jonas. But... they have nothing to stop it. So they played it really smart. This is the Riggs that we saw yesterday and the Riggs that has to come and play today.
Man, I hate Jupi. That's disgusting. There's nowhere to go. Like, even with knife out, Cla can make it into the corner, but if she tries to run back towards main, she's gonna get
and
caught in the
Raina, okay?
lockdown.
And Raina. We need to give credit. We need to be credit.
Of course, a gravitational well from Raina. Yeah,
exactly.
You did a great job. I said Astra never gets the credit for those assists, you know? A raised nade kills 2 people, they're in a gravitational well. No one's gonna compliment the Astra.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, yeah. But Jupi could have given the call, but still, it takes 2. It always takes 2. And Padge, oh no!
What? What just happened?
What?
They just stared at her. What? Okay.
What?
Well, Padge is out of there somehow. That's one of the strangest engagements I've ever seen. The shoulder peek into the kill. Cla double opening the site. She is out for revenge after that last round, and they have overrun B. A plant to be found. And Cla again showing up on those entries.
Yeah, and she has the nade again to create that pressure onto the defender spawn. Apparently, they're gonna go and try and save. I wish that they could save that operator, but it's gonna be kind of impossible to retrieve it. And this round should go again for TENSTAR. And I'm really surprised because this is going to be the 7th one. Of course, they decided to start on the attack. I'm really curious to how they're gonna set up their defense with the utility that they have. Still, hasn't used the rest. That is something that makes me as a Sage main really anxious. But I guess I can live with that. And I like the fact that Cla is not losing any stamina, especially with what happened last round.
Nice shutdown on Nelo as well. At least a little bit of damage done for Rix, but it's oh well, they've lost Noia, so never mind. That's a little bit upsetting. 7-2. TENSTAR looking so clean right now. It's the fact that obviously they have the tactical depth to lean into. We see a thing that we complimented the other day was the fact that obviously they have these faster rounds, then they'll slow it down, they'll change the pace, they'll keep repositioning their players. And that is something that's essential for keeping your opponents on their toes and not allowing them to adapt to your play. But the other thing that amazes me now is you add in Cla playing the way she is these past 2 days. It's so hard to formulate a solution to that.
Yeah, and it's going to be another short economy round for Riggs. Looks like they're not going to go for the full push. Pitch is going to take that mid control a little bit to guarantee that there's no one taking that ground. Ooh,
what? That was a
okay.
double kill? How did Noia just get killed? The lockdowns used to fake B, but obviously they found the kills on A anyways. Just with pistols, the big problem is that it's very hard to follow up, right? You get those opening kills, you get control. Normally that means the round is like 90% favored to you, but you've got classics now to play with, and you'll lose those fights in heads-up situations. Look how low Sliicyy and Nelo are. Like,
yeah, and I think Nelo is just waiting because she knows that Sonia was playing on this side. Oh, yeah, that was just a matter of time. Only 21 HP, could have gone for either of them. And I like the fact that, going back to the composition that TENSTAR is playing, they're literally playing what they play on Split, just changing Sliicyy from Breach onto Skye. She can play any of them, and the fact that I think that they're doing the same, just changing the ground. And it's not that it was their permaban. They're just changing the mentality of this is literally the same map, but points a little bit different, but the utility usage has to be mostly the same. Yeah, and I would love to see a Padge hitting the shot right now because we're gonna see the collision here in B lobby, and this has to be the round.
Great flash to start. Drones going around just to provide that extra cover. Padge is now tucked in, but Tiger's coming to clear. I like this. A lot of counter utility used at the start of the round, really just fighting for that control, but it's TENSTAR that gained it in the end. And also they burned up Padge's dash. Yeah, that could be a little bit dangerous.
Probably they were waiting for that duo because she's been positioning there before. Oof, that could have been massive. Oh, he's gonna find the kill either way.
Absolute shutdown from Rix. They do end up losing Jupi, and so the site is now kind of open. Nelo takes down Pad. What? With a nano swarm, Rez is going to come through, and all of a sudden, it's a 4v2. TENSTAR miles in the lead.
I finally love that the Rez is there. But I am extremely surprised. Nelo just throwing the nano swarm and making sure that nobody was pushing through CT, even though the wall was already there, just granting some safety for the rest. This is another clean round from TENSTAR, and they're setting the pace every single round.
And the A plan didn't work, right? Cla goes in with a showstopper. Now, look, when we talk about showstoppers, it's important to be clear for people who are newer to the game. Obviously, it's a big rocket. it kills people, but it doesn't have to kill people to be successful. Most of the time, I would say that you'll see a showstopper used to entry. You're not even going to be looking for a kill. You're just trying to open space. Because the first thing a lot of people do, they hear that rocket pop, the fire in the hole voice line, and they run away. So what they want to do is open space. Now, Clad dives into the site and instantly dies. Doesn't even get to shoot the rocket. So that is a player just deleted. And it's not really gained them that much space. But they still have that. It's not like with some teams where, you know, there's one player who's insane and everyone else is kind of falling by the wayside. Nelo and Sliicyy, in fact, are top fragging.
Yeah. The info, the pressure, that is exactly what they wanted to get out of that showstopper. Even if it's a kill, well, that's literally nada, because as you said, when you hear the fire in the whole voice line, you're like, okay, two options. Either I face it and try and kill it before she shoots, because you can both die. And I was scared. Oh my god.
She's gotten a kill with it.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's a
Clad thing. That's a Clad thing.
It's absolutely ridiculous, honestly. 5 versus 4 now. Rick's a man down. Jupi, though, going to be able to pull it back a little bit. It's something to work with, but there's still so much more work to be done.
Yeah, and I'm concerned about what is going to be TENSTAR's decision making here, because it looks like they want to go for B, but they have to think that Jupi's got her lockdown to play on this last round of their defense. So in any of the sides, they need to play and position around it so they can counter it easily. That's probably why Nelo's in this position right now.
There's the kill for Nelo. Taking down one, looking for more. Coming very close to it as well, but Jupi just about manages to get away with it. 3 versus 2. Rick's on the other side of the map. Another free plan to be found. A cosmic divide there afterwards. A little bit of a blow losing Nelo as well, being so close to the ulti, but with it being the last round, lockdown won't always get used at this stage, and I think Rick's think that it's A. They haven't realized yet.
I do not understand.
There
I mean,
we go.
The cosmic divide is on the other side of the map.
I guess
No,
it
but
kinda
look
stopped
at
them
Clan
from
and
hearing
LiriLia
it.
where they are. Just waiting to see if somebody crosses or tries to at least.
Oh no,
no.
Jupi. The timing on that, just as the wall falls. In comes LiriLia. Sonya trying to get something done, but nothing to be found, and it is 10-2. TENSTAR leaving their opponents in the dust, and I don't think this is quite how we expected map 1 to go.
Yeah, definitely not me. I was extremely surprised with their attack. That the fact that we did not get to hear that interview with Jupi because you know, something happened, somebody missed it. But Yinsu said it, and I also heard the interview when it was being recorded, and she the thing that scared them about TENSTAR is the fact that what we were saying, they can set the pace every single time. They're gonna decide and you're gonna have to adapt. They've been trying to break that and to be the ones taking control, but they haven't found any success on that. They've encountered in every single thing that they've tried on to be. That round that actually pushed with the eco was countered as well in the consecutive. So I am really surprised by this TENSTAR, and they look fearless.
Deploying drone.
They absolutely do. TENSTAR so far have been a force to be reckoned with. I mean, seeing double digits in the first half is just unbelievable.
On their peg and your permaban that you've never played on an official before, ever.
Exactly.
Let's give the full context.
Context, even without context, it's ridiculous. Then you put it in context, and it is just insane. This pistol, not going too terribly for Riggs to start it off, but they've got a bunch of players on low HP. Yeah.
Oh.
And well, that's a lot more damage. They're quickly
and that's
dealt
a lot of
with.
utility.
And it is over here on map 1, isn't it? 11-2. I mean, this kind of comeback out of Riggs, they basically have to force buy into this round if they want to win without hitting OT. And I don't know how likely we are to see a force buy.
I think they have to, 100%. They should know that they have to. Even if it's just with the sheriff and like going into either we streak 10 in a row or we're out with being, you know, like a low buy or a half buy for TENSTAR on this round because they're not gonna have tier 1 rifles. It should be the way to go. It's not what we're seeing. Not happy. But, I mean, again, it's not my decision. And something that I expected from TENSTAR to do on that pistol round is the aggression. As, again, they do not have the Sova, they do not have the utility. What do you do to gather the info? You go with your pistol. It's literally all you can do. And especially if you have Claw, I would go for it every single round.
Oh, Ninou's going to pop up the wall here. That's a big problem for Rix. I mean, they're going to have to give a lot of information away as they break it. TENSTAR now know there's a bunch of players outside the B site. Deep nade, going to try to do a little bit of damage to Sonya. Actually lights her down to 60 HP. Jupi's mid flank not quite working out. No, wait. Okay, the flash doesn't catch them, but they are spotted going short.
Gly's always playing around her team's utility, and she does it so well. Like, the synergy amongst TENSTAR is just beautiful to watch.
And look at the lockdown that they have on short as well. Not a literal lockdown, but in the sense that there's a bunch of Killjoy utility currently being used to keep them locked in, allowing Clyde to walk out, take a kill. Nelo finishes off the other. Spike is now dropped.
Ooh.
This is just so clean, man.
Yeah.
I love it. 12-2. It's a map they don't play. How are they this clean on it?
Is this Gambit? I'm getting Gambit flashbacks. I'm seeing Redgar on Raina being, I don't know, I just wanted to kill. Oh my god, he's so cute. I'm dying. But really, I feel like this map has barely started, and we're one run away from closing it, and I'm extremely surprised. Now, Rix is going to have a full buy now. They're probably going to stack onto A, as we're seeing. Nelo looks like he's got it covered, at least on tree, but is it going to be enough? Because they need 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. That's a big number. Bunch of rounds. Good thing is, you know, they did make this choice. They took the eco previously, so now they've got those big old rifles. Like we said, this can help them out. They've gone for the A push. It's a retake out of TENSTAR, so at least a good start. And Padge has definitely been heard updrafting. They are ready to take this fight. The flash comes around. The response was so good from TENSTAR, but they get slapped out anyways. Nelo and Clyde, the final two players remaining, and the word save would probably be on your mind if it wasn't 12-2.
Yeah, exactly. And also with the Spectres, just why? Why? You know that you're gonna have a full buy. I mean, Nelo says it's not over. So he has only 1 HP. 1 bullet. Oh, I was so scared because she was down there and I was like, listen, I would never like to be in hell in that situation. This is the 3rd one for Riggs, still a long way ahead, and now it's going to be a full buy for TENSTAR. They decided to go for the retake. It just didn't happen. The pressure from Padge was there. She was not showing off on the defense. Probably she does on the attack. Is she gonna have enough room to do it? You know, having to win every single round from now on. I don't know.
It was so nuts by Padge. I mean, they did everything right there, in my opinion, at least. They hear the updraft. They pop the flash as a player comes through the window. Everything about that's on point, and Padge somehow walks out with 2 kills. That's ridiculous. 12-3 though. 9 more rounds in a row needed, and already look at TENSTAR with these nasty plays. They've got a turret set up here. They've already made a lot of noise in main.
Jupi is so smart.
Rix might not know is, oh yes, they do know. They know that Nelo's there, but she still gets away with a frag.
Oh, and Clyde's actually going to find Jupi. I was mentioning that she was actually waiting for the push, but this low is perfect, and this is it, Mitch. What just happened?
Clean